Are we both up? I'm streaming live on Facebook and live on YouTube. How are you doing? All right, guys. So I'm here with my sweet daughter, Emily, and she's going to get some Thai body work today. And we're going to show you how to do this at home. So if you've got someone at home, it could be a kid, it could be a partner, it could be a relative, neighbor, anything, anyone, maybe even a pet. I know someone's got their kitty cat out there and is going to do some tie on their kitty. So, hi, Moxie. Anyway. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Thai Bodywork's been around for thousands of years, and it's essentially Emily is going to lay here on the mat. I'm going to do yoga to her body for her. So it's very good for your lymphatic system. It's very good for your joints, your connective tissue. It is very good for the energy centers of the body. We'll work a lot with the energy lines and just releasing tension. And we probably all have a lot of that right about now. So when I see some people who joined us, hi guys, we're so glad that you joined us. This is going to be up live anytime for you to watch it. We also have new classes every day on our Facebook page that is for members only. So if you're a member and you haven't joined that yet, go ahead and send me an email or a message, and you can join it as well if you're not a member, but you do need to let me know. So we'll go ahead and get started. So all you need is a person to practice on. And then after we've gone through everything, we'll be done here. But you can replay it, and your partner can practice Thai on you. So this is required curriculum for our yoga teachers in training. So hopefully that's going to help them out with our teacher training while we're on the break. So let's get started. So the first thing I would like Emily to do is find a comfortable seat. And she's just going to sit down, crisscross applesauce, anything that's going to work with her. I'm going to ask her to sit up nice and tall, and then I'm going to stand on my knees behind her. As I stand on my knees, I'm going to grab her arm right about her elbow. So if you can see, I'm hooking her elbow with my elbow. I'll take my free hand, I'm going to slide it along her neck. And as I slide it along her neck, I'm supporting her back with my hip. And my hand comes in here, and I start it right about her jawline, and I push down. And as I do that, I'm pulling out with her elbow. So I'm getting some work as well. So I'm using my breath work to help guide the energy in her body. I'm making little circles with her shoulder. Then I'll do the other side. I'll do it. So grabbing her right below her ear and easing down the side of her neck. My whole hand is working, and I can even work my thumb down in between her shoulder blade. And all of those muscles there, they start to release. Now that I've got a couple of strokes in there, I'm going to pull down and work the shoulder and the circular motion. Now, Emily, how does this feel? It's nice. Yeah. And you have to communicate. So the whole time we're working, we're communicating. You don't want to force anything. You could hurt someone, but it's just a slow, gentle release. You breathe as well, don't you? They don't know you. So if you're getting the work done, you need to breathe as well. It helps that tightness and tension start to release. Now I'm going to work my way to the other side. Again, my hip is supporting her back. My outside arm is connecting with her elbow, right Taking her head and let us go to the side. Whenever you do this for a little bit, you start to find out art with it. You're not really thinking about it. You're just feeling the tissue beneath your skin. And you're working the energy down. And you'll be able to feel the places where there's tightness and tension. And if you are a yoga teacher, this is excellent to help you understand how yoga works on the body. And as you work as well, you get to feel the joints and how the joints release with different motions and movements. Really tight underneath that shoulder blade. So then I'll come back and I'll stand behind. So as I stand behind, I'm going to start to work on the face and neck. So she's gazing forward. I'm going to take my ring fingers right at her chin. As I do that, I can pull her back so she can rest on my chest. And I can pull my finger, the pad of my finger, just along the jaw. And again, this is releasing some lymphatic fluid. I can feel a little congestion in there. Allow it to go down the neck and pass out of the body. Bring it into the bloodstream so that it's not coagulating, causing dire stress or inflammation. Great. Now that I've ran along her jawline, I'm going to move now with my thumbs, and they're going to go right under that little nodule where the ear and the jaw touch. And I'm going to take the pad of my thumb, and I'm going to press it along the jaw, moving down and forward. How's that feel, Emily? Is it nice? Not too much pressure on the neck, but you'll be able to feel those glands, the lymph nodes in there, and you're going to just slowly guiding that lymphatic fluid. So I know there's cancer patients out there, and they do prescribe lymphatic massage to help them rid their body of toxins. This is very similar, yet this is an ancient practice. So now I've switched my intention. And I have my thumbs going down along her shoulder blade and up the back of her neck. And we're going to go up to the base of the skull, and we're going to work that area. So again, it's pressing down here, right under the shoulder blade, and then up the spine. And you're going to gaze down, and we'll do this card, and you're going to follow it to the base of the skull, and then around the skull to the edge of the jaw. So really getting a lot of work in there. So it's pressing down the shoulders, thumbs along the spine, moving up. You don't want to press your head down, so you want to support it some, but you want to get those thumbs right up under there. And how's that feel? Really good. So we'll do that one more time. Real good. Now that we're kind of just getting her a little bit warmed up here, I'm going to stand up. And this is really fun for me because it's a little more extreme. So here I'm going to take my hands underneath her armpits and I'm going to pull up. So I'm going to take one knee down, one knee up. I can feel, oh my gosh, there's so much tension here. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to crank on their body, but you do want to lift. And you can see how much motion I'm getting that wasn't there just a few moments before. Gently rocking from side to side. Evenly. I might be able to take my hands and interlace them on her head and then start to bring her back and try and rest on me. And then, oh. Good. Now, I'm going to shift sides. Take the elbows again. This time I'm grabbing down and I'll bring my knee underneath her shoulder blade. I'm just kind of pulling her back so my knee is right under one shoulder blade. Between the spine and the shoulder blade, and there's this nice cushy spot, depending on the size of your person. And then I'll switch sides. So we'll do the other side. So I'll take this other knee on the other side, right between the spine and the shoulder blade. Grab the arms. Now, I'm going to take Emily forward and just fold forward. Take your arms up in front. So now she is in just a forward fold, and I'm gently, I don't want to press her down too hard here because I don't want, this is not me forcing her into a forward fold. This is me just adding a little extra around the shoulder. Now go ahead and come up, Emily, and we are going to actually tilt this off. You're going to lay on your back. So go ahead and lay on your back. At her feet. I am going to squat and down. I don't want to hurt my back in the process, but as I come down, I'm going to just grab her feet, pick them up, and start to rock her hips. Okay, I'm not lifting her up off the floor, pulling on her. And as I do that, I'm rotating her point. Then I'm walking forward and taking her heels into my belly. Then I'm walking forward. And if you are getting the massage, you're not helping at all. You're not resisting. You're not assisting. You're just laying. This is very passive. So I'm going to come forward, and I know she's really flexible, so I can do all kinds of things here. But a big breath in, and then I'm slowly pressing her heels away from me. And I'm walking it out. And I'm going to start making circles all the way down. Now that she's on the floor, I'm going to just sit at her feet, and her feet are open to me. I'm going to lean back, grab one of her heels. Let her settle. So as she starts to settle, on the dreaming yet. Let's go ahead and start to work some energy channels. I'm going to take the palms of my hands right under her knees on the inside of the tibia and just press. I'm using my weight. I'm not being like really soft. I'm gentle, but with firm pressure. It feels kind of creepy if you do this and you're just being really soft. So you really need to put your weight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do her thighs too. So above her knee, and she's very strong thighs, so anything I do here is going to be a lot because she's got massive muscles. She can do some squats. So I don't want to do too much. I don't want her to be a pain. I mean, it's okay if it hurts a little bit. She is my teenage daughter. I do love her so much. And then don't forget, on the inside and I'm going to work small little circles all the way up to that feel. Feels nice. And there's the spot right underneath the ball of your foot, right in the middle where the bridge is. There, this is a wonderful pressure point. You want to give it a nice press, rock it from side to side, down and back up. And then I'm going to take her big toe and I'm going to pull her big toe. Toe. Her middle toe. Her fourth toe. And then her little pinky toe. We all the way on down, got me nice. Okay. Now the first knee. I'm starting on right side. This is her left side, my right side. So I am going to, this is really important. The man is doing side. Her ankle is going to come in between my knee. Squeeze her foot with my thighs. As I do that, my hands are going to come underneath it and meet all the way down. Feel the tension, you feel the muscles. Muscles are really tight and strong. You know, softer connective tissue is really pliable. That makes any sense. It will if you're doing this. And you can get muscle tissue to be more pliable, but it takes time. It takes some yoga. It takes some breath work. Oh my goodness, that's a big spot right here. I'll let it jump in. I'm giving this some extra love, some extra attention. You have to smooth river rocks. And you found these pressure points that are tension spots that are very tight. Then just kind of rub them on that spot and help release it. Rubbing up. Yeah. Ooh, it released some. There's still some tension. Now I'm going to interlace my fingers. As I do that, you don't want it to be cranked off to the side. I want it to be nice. I'm going to her knees. Pull her hip towards me. That feel. You didn't really know how so now I'm going to pick up her foot. Is it on my tooth? On my tooth. I'm going to take the foot closest to her, and I'm going to press it on her hamstring. So this is right under, right here. And I'm using my foot, I'm using the ball of my foot, and it's not just light and soft. It's very active, like a Barbie foot. My toes are spread, and that ball of my foot can really get in her hands. I'm gonna move it all the way up towards her. I'm pulling the foot. Now that I've done all the way up towards her glute, I can open her leg towards the side. And it's going to fall to the side, but as you can see, that lets me get both. So, opening the hip, need. Now, I'll bring this knee back to center, and I'm going to come onto my knees. Sort of my outside knees, right? I'm going to plant it, so I'm very stable. And I am going to line her knee up to her shoulder. And as I do that, I'm going to press her knee towards her shoulder. And she's going to breathe. It's not going to look like this on your person. It depends. Their flexibility and joint lubrication. Okay? Just keep breathing. Then we'll come up and I'm going to take her leg straight. So my hand is on her, the heel of her foot. This other hand comes above her knee. So as I'm going to hold that knee in place, don't resist me. Are you resisting me or you just kind of so you saw how far it would go up then, but this is with it extended. And that's relax into it, but not straight, huh? Keep the leg straight. Don't do too much. All right, so I've got her now, and I can switch hands so that my free hand can come to this leg, and I can take it to a deeper. You don't want it to cock off to the side, you're just going straight towards her shoulder. Breathe. Or release. Now, some fun stuff will happen. I'll switch knees. As I switch knees, My outside knee comes down, my inside knee crosses her body. The good part about this is you can hit pause. And you can stream this to your TV so it's bigger. Whatever you need, you can come back and watch it later. But I'm going to take her leg across her body. So it's creating a twist. And as I do that, I hook her leg with my knee. And I don't have to do much here. I'll take my hand on her shoulder, and then I'm going to press the knee away. So depending on her flexibility, that might be enough. It might not. So I'm going to take her knee and press the wrist. And it should go all the way. One hand's pressing the shoulder, one hand's pressing the outside of the knee. Okay, because here we start to add on. So she's twisted as far as she can go. Her knees on the floor, her shoulders on the floor, and I've got her nice twist here. It's great for the digestive tract. Now, my forearm is going to start to press the outer edge of her leg. I'm moving too slow. And one more time. Starting right up at her hip. Oh, perfect. Now I am going to sit on my tush and leave her just like this. She's going to stay here for just a little bit because I'm going to take this hand as I press my heel in her tush, right? If you've had a really good massage before, you know there's a spot, right, in your butt. And as they twist you, you can put your heel in it, and it is a beautiful little trigger point. There's so much stress in it, but just by simply rolling my heel in it, it's helping soften it. There's so much stress and tension here. So I'm going to ease my heel around. How does that feel? Too much? It's probably a bad, good, good, bad kind of station. You like it, you don't want to like it, you can feel it a lot. So as I find that I need there, you know, like you knead dough, then I can start to push my leg in her sacrum there, that low backbone, and add a little more twist. But if you see, I'm using my heel there, and I'm holding her hand. So I'm holding the shoulder back as I press that hip forward. Right, so even if you're the person giving the tie, you're working too, you're stretching too, leaning back. I can tell by the squeeze of my hand, and that's a whole lot of tension. But it feels good. And then I'm going to use this arch of my foot to work up the side of her body. So I don't want to push to her spine, but I want to get on the outer edge of her spine and just breathing. She's been having some back pain lately, so I don't want to hurt anything. So I want to be very gentle but firm. Okay. And my favorite part is awesome. Depends on who you have and who you're working with. Some people are going to love the ball of the foot and the arm. So I'm going to open up her arm and get the ball of my foot in there and just kind of work around. It's in that armpit that we use all the time, our sweat glands. right? There's lymph nodes in there. There's lymphatic fluid in that area. And I'm working on it. I'm just massaging it. Some amphibians have a lymphatic heart that moves their lymphatic system around their body, like our heart does for our blood, our circulatory system. We don't have those. So if we're still, we don't move around, our lymphatic fluid doesn't move around either. Yoga in this time, body work really helps open up the body and release the lymphatic. So now I'm going to give her a break. I'm still holding her steady with my foot in her armpit. I have her hand, and I'm going to start to open the palm of her hand. But I'm using my thumbs, and I'm kneading that palm, right? So kneading that palm, and I'm working it up the lifelines. And as I get in there, this muscle you have on your thumb, this little part right here is like the armpit of your hand. You really want to get in there. You get both hands in there. You want to work the front and the back of it. Especially my aerial people. You want to work on your hands. If you have someone that's going to reciprocate tie, you want them to work your hands really well. Our hands go through so much. Now I'm going to do like I did on her thumbs. I'm going to take my whole hand and grab her thumb with a circular motion. I'm pulling it out. Then I'll do the next finger. And the next. And the next. So typically I do this workshop. I'm on our pinky finger now at the studio. A lot of times it'll sell out. It'll be full in here, and we have a lot of people working on it. I like to serve some wine because people get a little more touchy-feely after they've had some wine. So if you have a bottle of wine at your house and you'd like to have some, go ahead and open that bottle up. Now, I've taken my fingers and I've interlaced them with her fingers. The other hand has grabbed her wrist and holding it firmly. The palm is facing down. I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to fold it backwards, right? I'm not hurting her. I'm not trying to break her hand. I'm just releasing. And now I'm going to fold it down. I'm going to do it again. I'm pulling as I do this. I'm pulling away, and I'm pulling up. I'm pulling away, and I'm folding down. And then I'll take it in a circle. How's that feeling? Nice. Wonderful. Okay. So now I've got Emily's nice and loose. I'm going to say this is like my warm up for this next part. So I can stand up here. Don't move. You stay. I'm going to cross this arm I've been working for to her body, and it's going to fold across. It's really important that we follow the instructions here. So her leg is folded over, her arm is folded over, she's on her side. I'm going to stand up, and as I stand up, this little knee pit that's bent, I'm going to take my foot and work it under there. Okay? Now, I'm going to stand with my other leg behind her shoulder. It's supporting her, she's on her side. I need her to stay on her side. I'm going to pick her up using this outside arm. And I'm going to tell her, don't help me. Let your body fall back, okay? Now, if you've met my husband, he's a pretty big guy. I can do this on him. But you have to be smart. You don't want to hurt your back. You want to bend your back, tuck your tailbone. Grab her wrist, or grab the wrist. One hand's on the hand. I'm going to help me. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to pull up. She's going to fall back. Breathe as you do this. I'm picking her up here. And give her a little. I'm slowly gonna take her down. We'll do that again. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring them up. Back. I'll do it one more time. All the air in. All the air out. And you move so slow. And you don't force or strain anything. There's no jarring motion. And then press both shoulders. You wanted to add a little extra, take your knee in. And then slowly we'll unravel. Since you have to go slow, right? Take your body time to adjust. And then I pick her feet up. I'm going to shake. Oh. Right now, get all adjusted. Oh, we can do the other side. Who's ready for the other side? Yay! Right, you're like, no first. Shake it out. And we start again. Just start with the end on a little on the bottom of the foot. We'll press it in. I'm going to sit over and bend her. I'm on my knees at this point, and I'm squeezing her ankle. Taking my hands and starting to work back of her calf. And bless her heart, here's one. You can really give it to her because it makes her jerk every time I touch this one area. So it's tinier than it was on the other side. That's see now that I've been rubbing on it for a little bit, and she doesn't jerk anymore. I want to release my fingers at the base of her knee. Hit. Squeeze my knees together so she doesn't kick me. Slowly. Just a little bit of reassurance there, and I'm going to sit over, pick up her foot, and now take a step forward. All of my foot is going to be my tool that I use. Open her leg up, both feet meeting down. Now come up and bend her knee. And I'm going to push it forward. I'll bend my outside knee so I can have a foundation. Taking her knee towards my hip and easing it forward. Doing okay? So I've done this a little bit. I'm going to straighten her leg now. One hand on the heel, the other right above her knee. And just keeps it straight. And then I press it towards that shoulder. Or he's tighter on one side than on the other. That's much better. Slowly release. Now I switch sides. So the outside knee comes down, the inside knee comes up. So I can put her knee around the outside. And as I do this, I'm not liking this angle, but it's what I've got. I'm going to press her knee. Right, and so I'm pressing her shoulder down and her knee down. And she's really all the way down here, so I'm going to take my forearm and work on the outside of her. Now I can transition my seat. So I'm going to take a seat. You'll probably be able to see this better. But my heel is going into her glute. I'm going to take her hand and interlace my fingers and then press the heel away. So right in that soft, cushy center at the bottom. So I'm working it up towards her sacrum. And get it on her sacrum and press. It's a nice twist. And then along her spine. When I get up a little higher, I can start to move the shoulder by leveraging the arm. And slowly get the ball of my foot right in the arm. I'm using that ball, right? I'm making that Barbie foot so I can push that ball in there. Now it's time for the hand. You found what the hand is. I'll take my hand and lace my fingers. Well, first let's do the palm. So my thumbs are just leading that inside of the hand, working up the last line and up the lines of the hands. If you look at the palm of the hand, you have some math on it where you push. And get into that pit of your hand where the thumb muscle meets the rest of the hand. Now, interlace fingers. And I hold the wrist. So I hold the wrist and I interlace my fingers. I'm holding pretty strong. Pull and I push. Pull and I pull down. Nice little circle. And then each finger. And I'm at the pinky now, pulling, circling. And like that. So now I'm going to let go and release the shoulder. You don't want to hurt the shoulder and you don't want to hurt your back. So from here, I'll stand up. Right, I'm crossing this leg into the knee pit because she's laying with her knee bent. This arm is going to fall into this arm's armpit. So this is, the bottom arm is on top. So I have a shorter stance and I can bend my knees. So my arm that's towards her back, the outside arm, has her hand, and my arm towards her knee is grabbing her wrist. Along the spine, deep knees, a big breath in. Exhale. The person needs to go limp here. They don't need to help you. They don't need to fight. Your head needs to fall down. Tension will create more tension. Softness is where the release will happen. Pull them up. Let them down. Do one more time. In the knees, long back. Breathe in. All the way down. Slowly unravel. Pull the legs straight. Rotate them. This time we're going to walk all the way up. Bring the heels into the belly. Bend your knees and lift. Let her rest. Good job. How you feeling? How you doing? Do you feel good? Well, you're about to feel better. So this part is really popular. You can just do this part. So this is the head, neck area, right? So this is the good stuff. Now their legs can be straight. They can be bent. You have the bottoms of the feet together. So really anything comfortable. But they're on the floor. And we're sitting behind them. And I'm going to take my legs in a straddle so I can get in here really good with my fingers. So she's gazing up. She's taking my hands to the back of her neck. right where her spine is. I'm going to rock her head from side to side. Now, I'm not just being really floppy with my hands here. My hands are strong and they're hard and they're coming in at the base of her skull, and I'm rocking that. I'm supporting the skull, and I'm rocking it from side to side. I'm getting my fingers along the spine and up underneath the skull. So it's not going to hurt. It's going to feel good. You want to make sure your person can communicate well with you. We've done the partner yoga with Angela and Gus. You have to communicate with your partner. You can tell too. They're going to stop breathing. They're going to clench up if you're doing it too hard. Like really, this is the best part. People who know about this tie, they'll come into class and they're like, "Hey, Lynn, will you rub my neck? Will you pull my neck?" Sure, get in there. So after I've done that a little bit, you can feel the tension start to melt. I'm going to take my hands up under the skull and I'm going to lift it just a little. I'm supporting it. They're not helping. Just lifting and giving the neck a stretch. I'll do it a couple of times, right? And now pull her neck towards me. I lifted her neck up. I'm going to have her take it just to the side. So she's just leaning her head to the side. And I'm going to start from underneath the shoulder blade. And I'm going to dig in there. And I'm going to start to work up towards the side of her neck. And up under the skull, right up under the ear. Now we did this when she was sitting. This is way better because she's laying back. So we've started to soften those muscles, and I'm really pulling. It's the same thing if I did this to myself. So there's another hand there also coaxing that lymphatic fluid to please to drain. And now I can take my thumb and work it along the base of her skull. Just little circular motions. I can feel her skull, and I'm just making a little circular motion until I get to the back. That ocular ridge there, I can get in there with my thumb. Opposite. So now I'm going to do the other side. I'll start at the shoulder blade, sticking my fingers in there, and just, oh, it's so tight in here. And a lot of time when people, they have tight shoulders, it's really coming from their neck and jaw. So you can't overdo this. However, once you do this, someone will want you to do this all of the time. But if you learn how to do this well, you can pretty much ask them for anything once you're done. So now I've pulled her neck to the side, I've worked up, now I'm going to take that circular motion with my thumb under the ear, all the way to the back of the skull. Just nice circular motion. I'll bring her back to center. So she is going to gaze up. I am going to take my middle finger right at the edge of her jaw. And again, I'm going to just slide it up. Towards her ears. Okay. Now we're at the earlobe. So the ears have these three fantastic pressure points. So we're going to use them. They're great for release. And the first thing to do is the thumb on the top, the pointy finger underneath, and we just circle and push as we're pulling them out away from the skull. Nice and slow. Now I'll follow the ridge of the ear up to the very top, right? Where people get the piercings up at the top. You're going to take, again, your thumb's going to be on the inside of that. Pointer finger is going to bend and be beside it. And you're going to press down with your thumb and pull the ear out to the side. Does that feel? Okay, now this third one, those are the first two. The third one's trickier. It is this meaty part to your ear. So here's your canal, but that ridge that's up above the ear canal, we're getting in there, man. So I'm gonna take my thumb into underneath that ridge. You've got to watch out. You have big sharp fingernails, you're not gonna be able to do this. But the ring finger here goes to the base of the ear, right where it comes out of the skull. And we're going to push the pressure point and pull out. Now this one, the name of it is, it's a gate to paradise. This is what I've heard it called. And I don't know if it's that good, but it's pretty darn good. Feels pretty good. And everyone I do this to is like, oh yeah, but you do have to get your finger in their ear. How's that feel, Emily? Really good. Help release headaches as well. So we've done the ears, we've done the jaw. Now let's talk about, you've got some pressure points right next to your nose. You're going to press there. You're going to press. They're tapping points. So if you've ever done tapping, it's the same point. So right here on the bridge of your cheek, right here next to your nose, right here at the third eye. Okay, we want to take our thumbs in these areas. I'm going to start right in the center of the forehead. I'm taking both thumbs and just pressing down. It's right above where her eyebrows start. So it's just right in the middle. You can feel where there's a ridge in there. Now we'll move to that spot right where the eyebrows, it's like underneath the eyebrows, but there's a ridge there. It helps release sinus pressure. So it's not in the eyebrow, it's underneath it. You're not poking them in the eye, but you just take your thumb on each eye socket at the top. You should be able to feel it. It's right next to the bridge of the nose. You might have extreme sinus drainage as you press. Is it too much? So any kind of sinus pressure will make it more sensitive. Now, the ocular tear duct. All right. All right. Press. Again, breathe deep. Right next to the nostril. So it's here, right? It's not underneath them. Right where they meet the cheek. You can feel that little Bridge, both thumbs will go in each side. Now we'll just start to mess with the hair, or depending on who you've got your massage going on, and no hair, right? So we're going to massage all of that space. Here, I like to get in there with my fingernails. The tips of my fingers, fingernails. I'm just massage, give it a little scrub, the head up. You know, it feels really good. Maybe even pull the hair a little bit. I mean, we're not trying to hurt them. You just want that just feels so good, right? Mm. Now we're ready to pull the head again, but this time it'll be a little different. So we're still pulling the base of the skull, lifting it up. We'll do this just about 3 times, just to give it nice, get it nice and primed. We're gonna add this really cool thing to it. I'm going to take my feet on her shoulders, not here on her shoulders, right next to her neck, so that instep is like right next to her neck. Now I'm going to take my hand again right at the base of her skull, getting my fingers, holding it tight. And I'm going to pull her head up as I take my legs straight. And I'm going to fold forward with a flat back. And I'm going to knead my feet from side to side. Slowly let her head come down. How's that? Now, if this was my husband, this is the part where I'd say, I want a new car. Since it's my daughter, I will ask for chores later. Just kidding. So this is the front side of our Thai body work. We don't do as much on the back, or I don't, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So Emily, I'm going to ask that you get up and lay on your belly facing out. Yeah. And I'm in the perfect spot here. I'm going to stand up and do some feet work with my feet. So her bottom of her feet, I'm just going to take the ball of my feet in them. Now, if you've heard, our studio has these nice cushions. We do aerial yoga in here. It keeps us safe if we fall, if we eat it. They're really nice. They're really nice to do yoga on. They're really good to do Thai massage on too. So if you're on your hard floor and you're doing this, it's probably going to hurt their feet. So you want to be a little more gentle and put a blanket underneath the feet. I love this part. And so now that I've done the feet, I'm going to come down to my knees right between the legs. Slowly start to just knee the calf muscle. I'm using all of my weight. I'm not just pressing down, I'm using my whole body weight. You don't want to do these things too soft. You want to use force. And then I'll have a little seat. Now I'm going to Take her knees wide and bend her knees. Bring her heels to pressing down along the spine and just pressing in. And I'll open it up. Now I'm going to work on the hips and the legs. So this gets, you want to know, whoever you're doing a Thai massage pretty good, I'm going to bend her knee. I'm copying you to the side, maybe. So, and I'm going to find a stag leg myself, and her leg is going to be bent. So her knee's right about my belly, and her foot's on one side. Look at how I can get into all of this area on the outer edge of her body. And I'll start at her ankle. I'm going to work up. So I'm just kneading again. I'm using my thumb, my hand, and I'm just coming up. I don't want to go too fast. Then the thigh is going to be a little bit warm. So I'm going to use my forearm, stroking all the energy up. This would be a good point to work with your foam roller. And some people, she's pretty good, but usually when you do this, some people are like, what, oh my gosh, I have a lot of tension there, I have a lot of strain, that's too much. But I'm really getting in there on her. You'll be able to tell. Now, her leg is bent here. So I've got this crease where her thigh is. So I know right next to that crease is going to be that, I talked to you about those tender spots on the hips, on the glute. And I'm going to take my elbow and knead it in there. Oh yeah, there it is right there. And sometimes you might have 3 or 4 spots that got that tension. So just feel around. Yeah. So this one's good. I'm going to do the other side. Roll out here. My twist. Right. Again, I've got stag legs over here. Legs bent. And for the lower leg, I'm just using my thumb. It's really all the pressure she needs. Then I'll do the forearms on the upper leg, on the outer edge of the upper leg. I don't have to do so much here because she's nice and loose. There's not a lot of tension here, but you're going to find some people are like, oh my gosh, they're so tight on their hamstrings and quads. And this will be a whole lot for them. So but for here, I'm going to ease up to her glute, get that elbow. The glute is bigger, tension. Good. I'm going to unravel and have her come all the way flat on her belly. Now, as she does that, I'm going to again come between her knees. This is going to be a little different. Again, this is the money right here. We can like a little closer that way. There we go. So I'm going to walk up here like I'm on tabletop. And I am going to bring you these a little closer together, babe. So I can get my knee hamstring. So this is pretty intense for the person's experience. But I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to hold my knees here. And I start above the knee. And I work my knee up. You gotta let all my weight go onto her. And then up, right underneath the glute. And when she's ready, I will bring both knees on her glute. So again, you want it to be on that big fatty part, right? You don't want it up too far, you want it down too far, you want it on a nice cheeky part. If your person is really skinny, not much tush back there, you want all your weight on it. So I'm just standing up. Sometimes we can do yoga poses on it. We want all of our weight equally distributed on each cheek. How's this feel? Yeah. This is good, man. And then I'll come down and I'm gonna start just pressing on either side of her spine and I'll straddle her. So I take my weight off. And press underneath the shoulder blades and then work my thumb up into the juicy part of the shoulder. Now, we'll do something a little different here. I'm going to ask her, Emily, when you come into child's pose. So her toes will touch and her glutes will go to her toes. Her arms are going to go out straight. Now, yeah, adjust your position. It's really cool. You can see she's got a glazed look in her eye. That means she's nice and relaxed. I know she's feeling good. I'm going to go. And then use my feet into my back. No? Usually you can pull. You can pull the hands and pull back out of the feet inside. Now that I have her here, I can come to that side and kneel. And it really exposes the shoulder blade right up underneath it. I'm going to use my thumb and my palm. I'm just pressing the shoulder blade down away from the spine. Right. Slowly come in. Unravel into both arms right in front of you. Come on to your back. Just lay flat. Taking each foot, pulling it, rocking it in a circular motion. Back the other way. Both legs. Now I'm doing both arms. Hold on. That's on the floor. And I'm coming behind her, taking my heels of my hands on the shoulders and pressing down. Coming to my knees. Like one more time. Either side. This is more gentle, so it's just a little bit. Soothing the nerves. And having a seat. So this practice is something to use for someone you practice yoga with, someone in your family or in your house, a really close friend, someone you feel safe around. This is just to help with relaxation. It maybe aids your yoga practice. I'm so happy I got to share this with you today. Remember, if you gave someone this Thai body work, now it is their turn to replay it so you get a chance as well. So we're here at the studio. We're having classes streaming online. You can send me an email at Lynn, Lynn, at sunshineyogashak.com if you want to join in the streaming, and if you're not already a member. So Emily, go ahead and come up here. Sit. So what was your favorite part? The face. The face. So hopefully, if you have a favorite body part that you like, if you have questions, if you need answers, go ahead and send me an email. You can shoot me a message, wherever, whenever you want. So, but I'm here for you. The studio is here for you, even if you can't come in here personally. We're still sharing yoga with you every day. So I want to offer you wishes of health, of happiness, and namaste. Namaste.